We've got a few different collar boxes here from mostly either side of 1900. Most of them are made of leather, apart from this one, but let's go through them all and explain them a little bit to you. So this one is made of pigskin leather, and it's probably the most common size for a collar box. The design is fairly standard. You've got a fixed belt to the back here going through a loop, comes over the top through another loop, and then you've got a buckle to the front of the box just to secure it. And as I said, that's a fairly standard size collar box. This one much larger, but you can see the same design with the strap to the back, over the top to the front. This one is a horseshoe shape, and of course these would be particularly popular with the horse riding community, the racing community. Sometimes you get them with a decorated horseshoe again to the front, embossed to the leather with the hobnails, but quite useful because you can stand it on its end, but you can see it's still got the buckle to the front and running over the back, and quite a nice shape one. This one is a little bit different. It's probably a bit later in date, maybe 1920s, 1930s, and it's made of an imitation red leather on card. And you can see it says on the front there, collars, explaining exactly what it's for. But all of these boxes are actually quite useful just for putting knickknacks in. There's not many people who wear detachable collars these days, apart from barristers who we occasionally sell them to. So to find an alternative use for these boxes is quite good. But you know, just to store this or that, they're quite decorative and quite good looking. Now, when we bought this box, we thought it's going to be the smallest collar box that we'll ever find. And then, of course, a week later, we found this one, which is even smaller. Beautifully made, both boxes, really nice stitching and really lovely sweet sizes. This one, I would guess, was probably for use by a child, and that's why it's that much smaller. So, removable collars. Well, let's have a look at them. This box happens to retain one of the original collars, and it used to be that you would have a shirt without a collar, then you would fix this stiff collar to it, and you would be all dressed up nice and formally. Well, we're quite lucky that we've got a box of 2 Army and Navy store shirts without their collars. I'm hesitant to use the word rare when describing antiques because it's so overused in the antiques trade. Everything is rare just because a person who's selling it has never seen it before. Most things are not that rare. But to find 2 shirts in their original box by the Army and Navy store has got to be unusual. I don't know where you would go to find another set. And as you can see, the shirt doesn't have a collar, so quite simply you would fix it to your shirt. You've got a little hole at the back of the collar there for fixing a stud, and of course to the front you would also fix it. So onto this box. Now this box has got some collars in as well, and they're also very unusual. So let's get one out to show you. This is a leather collar. You can see it's got the fixing to the back and to the front. Now, who exactly would have used these leather collars, I'm not sure. The Royal Marines, British Royal Marines, were known as boot necks because they had a tradition of wearing leather collars. And the story goes that first of all, they used to cut leather from the top of their boots, hence their nickname, and wear them around their neck. And on a naval ship, the Royal Marines were often the protection for the officers from the ordinary sailors. It was not uncommon to have mutinies, and they would sleep in the decks between the sailors and the officers, and to stop the sailors slitting their throats at night, a leather collar would be very practical. In America, Royal Marines are known as leathernecks, and up until 1872 they also used to wear leather collars. However, the military leather collars that I've seen images of tend to be much taller than these. So whether these are military or not, used by Royal Marines, I don't know. There's no markings to them. There are no War Department marks or broad arrows. So perhaps somebody from another profession had reason to use them. Not sure. But quite interesting anyway to find them. So there you go, a selection of different collar boxes, mostly either side of 1900 in date, apart from this red one, which is a little bit later. All very well made, beautifully stitched, and for modern use, great for storage, this and that.